Peter, can't wait to see what kind of creative things Netflix can do with all the tracking data they've been collecting on us for today's Not So Critical update.
Netflix tells employees that ads may come by the end of 2022. They're ramping up their ad rollout thing where they're going to charge. They're going to have a lower end subscription if you show ads as a way of making more money. And there's a few things about this that interest me. The first thing is that it makes me wonder how they're going to, if they're going to switch from a binge release format thing to like a weekly episodic stuff, because that's going to keep people more on the hook,
which they've kind of been doing. They've started experimenting with that already on some shows.
Well, that tracks then. Speaking of tracking, that's the other thing. This is a weird situation where an ad company, well, soon to be ad company, already has everything it needs to know about you. And they know how many people are in your household, what time you watch things, what kind of stuff you watch, what kind of mood you're in. Probably knows, like, it can deduce like when people's periods are, and if you've had an argument with your partner, and how many kids you've got, and all that stuff that you just don't really think about. And they're going to.
It seemed like an oddly specific example. I think maybe you're referring to the tracking article we did last week about the period tracker app selling data. Or that just is what you think they're interested in tracking?
Probably but they could cross-reference a lot of the data they don't have that they're able to purchase.
What? No, sorry. Yes, they can definitely do that. In fact, they do that. Yeah. What I wanted to say was, yes, that is exactly what I was thinking of, Mike. And you admitted that was a terrible thing for femtech products to be selling.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And Netflix probably know that, right?
Well, Mike Mike is refreshed, and he has forgotten about last week.
I'm over all that now. Bring it on.
Spend a week deep in denial. None of that happened anymore.
Totally shut out all that cognitive dissonance. Like, what was I thinking? That's crazy. Let's just not think that anymore.
Let's
tracking is good. Tracking is good. Tracking is good. Tracking is good.
Of a few 100 million data points, and he was like, I'm hacking it, baby.
Yeah. I went back to work and just bathed in it.
Yeah.
Here's a little like electric shock collar has been like been working.
Well, my comment in Discord was, I can't wait to see what kind of great targeted ads I get because of this.
Yeah, nothing you hate worse than a mistargeted ad, right?
Mistargeted ads. I know, that's so frustrating.
I don't think we're gonna see traditional. I think we're gonna see like YouTube style ads. Like, YouTube knows that you use DoorDash a bunch, so they're gonna push you a competitor, whoever pays the most.
I don't think so.
I really can't see, unless they go Hulu style, where it's like every 10 minutes of an episode, they're pushing like a 30-second, 1-minute commercial.
Hulu does that on the free version.
Hulu is really bad. Not even
that's why you pay premium
on the lowest tier paid version.
Yeah, no way.
They're pushing.
Gotta have the high tier. I always pay to go ad free.
That truism that every service created on the internet eventually becomes an ad platform. Eventually.
How else are you going to make? Oh, Netflix is charging subscriptions. Well, that's their problem. They say they're not making enough money. The other article, because the other stories,
not true. They're not growing enough. This is the thing that fucks me up about the whole thing. No. No.
I'm acknowledging your correction. You're correct. You are correct.
Okay.
Strangely, in this one case.
By saying no. That's okay. All right. Fair, fine. I misunderstood that. What were you going to say?
I was just talking about how correct you are, Peter. The fact was not that they lost money; it was that they didn't make more money.
No.
Peter is in fact so correct. It's kind of crazy. I'm gonna hijack this. That a company that charges money for a service needs more. And the best part is,
oh my god, you socialist. Don't you know how
whoa,
capitalism works?
No,
Jesus.
no.
Okay, guys, we're at 10 minutes, 4 minutes and 34 seconds, and we've gone political. It's happened.
Oh my God.
This is
Why do companies want to make so much money? Because they're fucking companies.
I have no problem with companies wanting to make money, okay? But there's a way to make money that does not infringe on ethical issues or rights.
God, John, you're such a socialist.
I don't even understand. I don't even understand that language.
Boundaries and morals.
Their job is to make as much money as possible.
Right, but at what cost? Like,
at all costs. What's the misunderstanding here?
Hypothetically speaking, because I'm definitely not a Netflix customer. Imagine paying for that stuff. Lol.
I love it. Netflix is awesome. They have good programs. It's not as good as it used to be. The programming has fallen off.
Nothing is as good as
the user base,
Mike, because that's what you say to get yourself to sleep at night. Oh, nothing's as good as it used to be. When I were a lad, we used to have...
No. I've been a cable cutter for a long time. And it used to be Hulu and Netflix, and that was it. Hulu was always iffy because they had their content deals coming in and out. They'd have great programming, but then somebody would cancel a content deal and they'd lose it. For a long time, Netflix had amazing programming. The problem with Netflix,
hemorrhaging money.
Yeah, well, hemorrhaging money. They're a profitable company. I think the problem is their content is driven by growth, not by retention. So they would have like a big hit series, and they would renew it once. And if it didn't attract as many new customers in the second season, then they would cancel it. So you see tons of Netflix shows with 2 seasons. And that's the most frustrating part to me.
Of course.
Because I like watching those shows.
There's memes about Netflix just making shows to just cancel them after the first season.
Yeah.
And it's like the key.
Ruin them after the 7th season.
They're throwing shit against the wall to see if it sticks, but like that doesn't really work at such a large scale because like we just want content. We want okay content.
Oh, I mean, I think they were putting out good content. Would I watch average content? Like I do it all the time. But I don't need Netflix for that.
1 out of 10, 1 every 10 shows, 1 every 10 Netflix movies was good.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, this was fun, but like it wasn't the best show I've ever seen.
I think they maybe had a better track record. At any rate,
yeah.
So the other controversy brewing is the idea of cracking down on password sharing.
Right.
So we've got those two things happening at once: password sharing and the ads, looming ads. So this other story that we had says that 13% of U.S. Netflix subscribers would cancel if they're charged for password sharing. To which I say, bullshit. They absolutely will not. Nowhere near 13% people will cancel because of that. Netflix has nothing to worry about.
I
have great. I just came up with it. It's the best solution for this ever. And no, it does not have anything to do with blockchain for once. Okay.
What?
Whoever steals this idea, you might get sued by Netflix. It's possible. However, you'll make a bunch of money. Okay. Imagine a little device, right? Like a Raspberry Pi, but it's like super plug and play. And what you do is you create an account through an online portal. You link the device that you bought, and then you just plug it in. Okay. You plug it in and you download an app on your phone or computer, and now you have a home VPN. So like what I'm saying is you create a VPN for your house or primary residence for like your entire family so that they can connect to it and watch Netflix.
Sure. So like you and 3% of their customer base are going to do that for sure.
But what's 3% of their customer base?
Who cares? They're going to be making it's going to be a net win for them. Like, yes, there are ways to get around it. Obviously, there are ways to get around it if you want to.
So
most people aren't going to do that.
Pay for the family plan? You think they're going to pay for the family plan?
Most people will, yeah.
I think so.
Most people don't have your tech background. Nobody who watches this show is going to do that, but most people will.
I think they're just going to cancel it. I think a lot of people are just going to cancel the subscriptions.
No. Everybody talks big about canceling Netflix until they're sitting at home alone on a Friday night and have nothing to do.
Yeah. They're like, oh my God.
Well, they'll turn to piracy. For sure.
There's some people will, but not 13% of their user base.
John,
13.
you have no perspective on this matter. You don't watch Netflix, and you don't have a family, and well, you don't pay for Netflix. Let me rephrase that. Sorry.
Basically, you're a troll, is what Peter's saying, John.
Yeah. But also,
Disagree.
I think it will push people towards piracy. It won't be the killer thing that does it, but it will definitely be a factor. You know, there was this tipping point before where there was no way to get streaming movies easily, so everybody was pirating, and then it got a lot easier, and then then people stopped pirating, and now there's getting to
they really didn't.
People are getting pushed back again.
But people didn't stop pirating.
No, but the numbers were way less.
I do wonder if that's true. I'd like to see the stats because I feel like piracy just never died. Like, but it wasn't very common even back then. You know, when pre-Netflix, right before, when the cable like TV was getting really expensive, it was like the height of piracy. But like, was it? You know, or is it now the height
for you, right? But let's say it takes you 3 hours to get a pirating setup configured, and then an hour or two to do the downloading because you don't have great internet. Some people would just be like, well, you know what? I get paid $10 an hour. Just pay $30 for a month for whatever.
Yeah.
And that's their
100%. 100% not wrong. The convenience is the biggest factor, I think. That Netflix has, they've entered every single device. Cellular, smart TVs, refrigerators.
I bought a TV recently and it has a Netflix button on it.
Oh, I love that. It's so convenient.
It's weird.
Right. Thanks, Mike.
I wish I had
in the point.
Mine has a Netflix button. I wish it had a YouTube button, and I could probably make do with that. But like those are the main two.
How much money these TV manufacturers and Netflix make off of that?
These guys have won, haven't they? They fucking won. We've all been totally sucked into this.
But I think that just because they're the biggest streamer doesn't mean that they're going to be the last one standing. Like the real solution is a service that's going to be able to be kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Polyamorous with the service. No, really, it's like we're going full circle into a cable, into a cable situation like direct TV or satellite TV, where someone's going to come up with a solution which is just going to be cable over internet. Basically, it's going to be cable TV. You have all your channels and all the movies and TV shows from all the different networks and all the different streaming services for a premium price.
Maybe, but we're going in the opposite direction right now because all the content creators are pulling that in-house.
Correct. AMC Plus, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, Netflix, Hulu,
HBO,
all of these
Showtime,
channels.
Yeah,
exactly. They're just doing their own streaming service, and each one is $10 a month. I'm not going to pay $100 a month, $1,200 a year to watch TV shows. I think someone's going to just start basically paying up the butt for licensing costs from all of them. That's another great business idea from John. We should have Mike. You should have a button on your what do you call it, on the deck, on the stream deck, that like every time I say I have a good idea, it like does like and now John's terrible idea.
We'll look into that, John.
Yeah,
we'll look into that.
But the good thing is that you
I'll get a producer on it.
So you've got copyright on that idea.
On that. Yeah, of course I do. It's my idea. Pay me.
Yeah.
Or get sued.